Okay, hi. This is where we're going to learn about sanding the toys, edge sanding. The difference is edge sanding sands everything in the top, bottom, front, and back. A later operation called side sanding will do here and here. Probably the most important operation we have here because it's going to design and form the toy that the world's going to see that we made for kids who need a smile. So we're very, very particular about this. It's not about production. If you come in here one day for 4 hours and sand one toy, you get a chance of changing a child's life. Eventually you'll be doing more, but don't worry about the production, worry about the quality and the smile you're going to see when the kid somewhere gets this toy. Some of the obvious things here, there's a sign up there that says, leave the line and all will be fine. The reason being is that there's a stencil line around this. As long as you don't make that line disappear, and you sand right up to it, you're going to end up with a perfect toy. Sometimes because of the way they cut the toys out or you slip sanding, you know, it's going to disappear, but your backup is right here. There's a pattern for each and every toy. When you get done with a toy, if it doesn't look like the pattern, then you've got to ask yourself, where did we go wrong? And if you can't see it, then go get the monitor. But each and every toy should end up looking as close to the pattern as possible. And how we start out, this is what we call our flatbed. And it's also our logo, so it's going to be around with us forever. We have 3 sanders here on the sanding station. One is an oscillating sander, and that does curves. Lo and behold, the flatbed has a curve. One is a 12-inch disc sander, and that does as much of the top, bottom, and both ends as possible on this machine. The other one we have is a 1-inch belt sander that does the right angles. This is the only toy we have that uses all 3 machines, so that's the only one we're going to go over right now. And as we go over it, I want to keep in touch. What we want the monitors to do, and you do too, is they're going to show you how to do a flatbed. When, you know, after they've done that, then they're going to give you one to do. They may stay with you, or they may be busy and have to go someplace else. Don't worry about it. Take that one flatbed that they give you and do the whole toy, each machine. When you're done and think you have a good toy, then you take it to the monitor and they'll approve it or disapprove it or help you do it the right way. But you only do one toy at a time. When you get that one toy done, you get another flatbed and do the same thing. When you're done with that one, guess what? There's 10 of them in here. I want you to do each one at a time and take each one to the monitor for approval. By the time you get done with these 10 flatbeds, you're going to be pretty comfortable with each of the pieces of equipment, and then we'll go on and do some other toys. But don't worry about it. Once again, it's not about production, it's about a good toy. So take as much time as you want, and we want it to be fun, so just to remember that. So, okay, to start it off, the first thing you want to do is start up the dust collector. What that does is take the dust out of the air as you're sanding the parts. Is this too loud? Okay. There's little gates by each machine that open and close to allow the suction to come in the tubes at each machine. So when you're operating one machine, close the other ones. Open this one because this is for the first machine, and close this. That allows more suction to the machine you're working with. We turn it on, and the first thing we do is the bottom, and we want the stenciled side up. The reason being, when this is done, okay, we'll end up sanding the bottom. When it's done, it'll be perpendicular to the side, and that'll make sure that our axle holes, once we drill them later on, will be perpendicular to the toys and they'll roll smoothly and not have any trouble. So what we're going to do is by holding it down, always with 2 hands, pushing down and going in, we just go back and forth. Until you got the whole bottom sanded. This didn't get quite sanded there, so we're going to go back at it again, holding it down. color coded, it tells you what part of the toy you do with each piece of equipment. So just follow that and you'll never have any problems. So what we're going to do, we did the bottom. So once again, right there, so I'm just going to go clockwise motion. There's the back. Now the top of the flatbed. See, these are all flat pieces that we can do on here. So the more we can do on here, the less work there is for the other two. So we run it across. See here, that smoothed that all out there. Now we're not going right into the corners very far because that's what this one is for, if you remember, the 1-inch sander. So now we're going to do this piece, like this edge. Smooth that off. And now we're going to just roll it around, watch the line. See, I'm not holding it tight at all. It's all about letting the sander sand. Roll it onto the top. You can see there, we've got that smooth, but it left that little bit. And once again, the rounded part, that's where we're going to go to the oscillating sander and take that off. In the meantime, all of this is done. And what we want to do here, the other thing we want to do, when we get done at this station, the toys should be smooth. They should have no sharp edges and not damaged. And when I say sharp edges, these edges will still be sharp on the sides because they'll be done on another machine later on. But the top, back, bottom, and front, all the sharp edges should be removed. How we can do that? Once again, I'm not even holding it. I got it against it. I'm just going to spin it around. See, I'm holding it too low, just enough to let the sander sand. Then I'm going to just bring it up, real light, bring it around. And this is the last one. Real light. And now, we got a nice rounded corners there. We don't want them too rounded because then that's what everybody does that makes toys. They make them real curved. And when they see the distinct outline of these toys, like it is on the pattern, they're just impressed because it takes longer and we put a lot of effort into the quality of their toys. And once again, this is pretty much looking like the pattern. So we'll shut that off. Go over here. Close the vent. Here's the vent for the oscillating sander. And this sander is kind of unique in its own way because it's going to go up and down and it's also going to turn. Unlike this one, just turns. The 1-inch sander goes up and down. This does both. So to get the desired finish, you can put a little bit more pressure on it and you're going to be okay. Now turn it on. And we're just going to do the rounded parts with this. You want to keep the stencil side up so you can see the line. You just want to, again, let it sand. You can see here, there's little scratches in it still. So we're still going to have to do this more. That's kind of wavy. We want to take all that out. So we're going to go back over here. Real smooth, doesn't it? Still some down in the crack there. Gonna get rid of that. This is where when the monitor keeps coming back and saying no, 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 just grit your teeth and smile because they'll eventually catch on to it. Like anything else, you just take practice. But we want them all to be really good toys and not worry about production. Once again, it's hard to see, but it's all smooth in there now. There's no sharp edges. It's not damaged. So we just got one thing left to do. This little corner here that we couldn't get to with any other sander, we're going over to the 1-inch sander and remove that. One especially can just be really trying sometimes, trying to get this just right without burning it or something. But once again, take your time and let the sander sand. Don't go. That's run into trouble. That's the macho thing to do, but it doesn't work here. So we're just gonna let it carefully, just let it go in there. Go on the other side, flip it over. You know, I'm not hardly holding it, I just want the sander to sand. Believe me, this is well worth the time that you'd have to do to rework this thing to make it right. There, see? Nice crisp corner there, took it off. There's a little mark there, so what I'm going to do here, now that I'm done, I'm going to take that 1/8 sander and just go over the whole toy. This is the base of the toy. Bring it in. All cleaned up. And there we've got a good toy. Once again, keep in mind, there's no sharp edges, it's not damaged, and it's smooth all the way around. If you've seen any other problems with it, take it to the monitor and find out, because when you do find a damaged toy, there's no reason in taking it through the whole process and possibly slipping through to the kids. If you see something wrong with a toy, let the monitor know immediately and let them help you make the decision until you get more experience. But we just side sanded your first toy, and the monitor, once you've done this, the monitor will give you 10 more. And take your time and do them right, and